All right. Welcome to another episode in the Mental Candy podcast. And today I have a very special guest. Lorena is coming to us from Paris. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I'm super excited.
Awesome. Lorena is incredible. So she was born in Romania, then she came to Paris, and then she was successful in the Airbnb business. And then she decided to crush it completely in the network marketing space. And she accumulated in the last 4 years around 15 million in sales. And this is absolutely incredible. And I can't wait to delve into your mind today. So what are your secrets? And maybe can you introduce yourself a little bit for people who don't know you?
Yes, I will. I will try to make it short because I can talk with like for 2 hours non-stop, but I will make it short. So the main thing about me to understand how I think and where I am coming from is the fact that I was born in Romania, like you said, and it was just after the communist period. So people were really hungry about success and about freedom, especially. So it was the case of my parents also, and that's why I grew up with my grandparents, because my parents took the decision to really focus on their career, to build something for themselves and also for me. So I grew up with my grandparents. It was really amazing. I had an amazing childhood. They really loved me a lot. They still love me, and I love them. But the thing is that even though I had this great experience during my childhood, I was missing my parents actually. So I remember that when I was like 14 and started to understand more things, my father was telling me, you know, we are doing all this for you and because we care about you and because we need money to support you and to give you a better future. And I remember that back then I was telling my father, I was like 14 or even 13. I told him, it doesn't matter how much money you make, it matters how you make them. And it really became my philosophy in life, because I was always thinking that if you are selling all your time for money, if you sacrifice your relationship, your family, your freedom, everything that you have and that it's important, well, it's not worth it. It doesn't matter how much you make, even if you make 1 million a month, but you don't have freedom and your life and the relationship with your family, well, it's not worth it. So I grew up with this mindset, but imagine that around me, I never saw entrepreneurs. I never saw successful business owners. I only saw my parents who started to become successful around 40 years old, but successful in their job, not in a business. So my father is a lawyer. He doesn't work for somebody else, but still, it's not a business where you have passive income. And so I was not really inspired by people around me. I was inspired about how I don't want my life to look like. So I was always open. This is, I think, the most important thing when you want to change your life and when you want something different, is just to be open. Because back then I didn't have all the responses. Like I didn't know the solution. Like, okay, I will do this for the rest of my life, I will have my freedom. I was just asking myself, what can I do? And I was always looking for opportunities. I started my first small business when I was 16. I was selling phones, nothing crazy. I was not making millions or something, but still it was my money, and I was feeling that I do something. So I started with this. Then I moved to to the capital of Romania, to Bucharest, at 500 kilometers from home. And again, I was just open. I had a website with clothes. Then I had a beauty salon. Then I had another beauty salon. And then I decided to move to Paris, where I had a job. They fired me after 3 months. This was really crazy. I cried for 1 week because they fired me. I was thinking that I will never again make so much money in my life. It was nothing crazy, but for me back then it was a lot. And then I started it in real estate. And in real estate, what happened is that I heard about Airbnb. It was really crazy. Like, listen to this story. I never heard about Airbnb before. This was like 10 years ago. People were not traveling so much, or at least not in my circle. And a girl from Romania who was living in Paris, she told me, listen, Lorena, I did an amazing thing, is that I put my apartment on a website. I went to Romania for 2 weeks and I paid my whole rent for 1 month. And in my mind, it was like, calculating. That means that if you stay 1 month outside of your apartment, you will get the rent for 2 months. This means profit. So this is how I learned about Airbnb. And I started with 1 apartment. And after a couple of years, I had 10 apartments that I was sub-renting on Airbnb. The business was really good. But at some point at 25, I was 25 back then, at some point I was not feeling happy. I was not feeling satisfied. I was not feeling passionate about what I was doing. And I was feeling that I don't grow anymore. So that's why, again, I was open to new possibilities, not only to make money, but really to learn new things, to learn new skills, to go deeper in the personal development field. So this is the moment where the network marketing came into my life. I tried to make it short. How long it was?
Awesome.
Too long?
No, perfect. And you mentioned before something interesting, and this is what I realized as well. You mentioned you moved 500 kilometers from your hometown to Bucharest. Do you think is that a reason why you accomplished the success in your life so far? And would you have the same success if you would stay in the same country or in the same place where you grew up?
You know, I think that in life, it's all about the mindset. And I really believe that, for example, with network marketing, with my business, you can have success even if you are in a small city where I come from. But will your mindset be the same? This is the real question. You know, I think that my mindset is different. I think that I am different because I left and because I had so many obstacles and I always had to adapt. And this is the thing that made me having success in my business, the fact that I had all this journey. So yes, I think that the fact that I step out of my comfort zone, like really stepped out, because in my hometown, my parents were having a big house with swimming pool, like all the comfort. And then I moved to Bucharest and I had zero comfort. And then when I moved to Paris from Bucharest, again, in Bucharest, I started to have my comfort. I had my own apartment, etc. But when I moved to Paris, I moved into a 17 square meters flat, like super small with a lot of mold all over the place. Like it was crazy. It was out of my comfort zone again. But I think that it made me stronger, wiser, and it really helped for my mindset.
How old were you when you moved to Paris?
I was 22. Yes,
Okay.
22.
And what
I
were
moved to Bucharest at 18.
some challenges and some setbacks what you experienced over this journey?
Well, I think that looking backwards is the fact that when I moved, I really had like my lifestyle totally changed. Like every time when I moved to Bucharest at the beginning, it was horrible. Like I remember that sometimes I really didn't have money for food because my parents were giving me a certain amount, but then it was not enough for me. I didn't know how to spend it. So a lot of times I was struggling. And then when I moved to Paris, it was even harder because my parents stopped giving me money after 6 months because I dropped off of law school. So I stopped my studies. So my parents said, okay, you stop your studies, we stop the money. So this was a period that was very difficult. But honestly, on the moment, I was not feeling so much pressure. I was not feeling that it was so difficult because I was always focusing on the fact that I want to make it. I know that something better is waiting for me. I know that I will make it. And I was focusing on this. But the most difficult part is the fact that I was feeling lonely. Like, I think that all my life since I left my hometown, it was this the most difficult thing. The fact that you are not with your family, you are not with your close friends. And, you know, in big cities, a lot of times you don't really have deep relationships. So a lot of times I was feeling lonely. And I think that this was the most difficult thing to really go further, even when nobody's supporting you and you really feel lonely.
That's interesting. And you said before, you always knew that you're going to make it. And when I think back, when I moved to Dominican Republic, I just decided with a one-way flight just to live there in basically 3 days. My life turned around completely. It was completely different. So I never had the same life before. And I knew the same, that I'm going to make it. And I want to ask you, because most people, they don't have that confidence. Where does that confidence come from that you were so sure about yourself that you say, I'm gonna make it, doesn't matter what?
I think that it's because people take decision in their lives from two perspectives. Either you really want something, like you die for the thing, like you really want to do something, or you really don't want to do something, like you really don't want your life to be in a certain way. And for me, it was the second thing. Like I never dreamed about having I don't know, a Mercedes or a private jet, or I don't know, things like this. But I really didn't want to have a life where I don't feel free. I don't do whatever I want, where I need to work every day at an office. Like I really didn't want to do this. So this was really my first motivation when I left home, and when I was struggling. Like, okay, if I will settle down and just accept what it is, that means that for the rest of my life, until 100, because I plan to live a long time, until 100, you imagine, like I will have the same routine, I will have the same lifestyle that I don't want. So really this motivates me a lot.
So basically, pain moves more people than pleasure, especially in the beginning when you want to escape from somewhere. And
Exactly.
I mean, it's so interesting what you accomplished in network marketing. It's incredible, because most people never accomplish that in their entire life. What you have accomplished basically in 4 years. What do you think is the reason why you have that success?
Well, I think there are several reasons. The first one is that I am 100% sure about the vehicle. Like I told you, I was always looking for the solution. You know, I was always looking for the vehicle, and I had traditional businesses. I had several traditional businesses, and I saw that even in a traditional business, you work more than your employees. You don't really have freedom. Of course, that they are not all the same, but most of the traditional business are like this. So for me, network marketing was really the solution to the lifestyle that I was dreaming about. So having the freedom, and also feeling that you do something for other people. Because, for example, when I was doing Airbnb, I was not passionate, and I was not really feeling that I can change lives, you know. Okay, it can be a nice experience, but nothing crazy. But with network marketing, with my business, I really feel that even when I go to bed, I don't think about how much money I made today. I think about the fact that some people are going to bed feeling better, and just they improve their lifestyle because of our business. So the first thing is this, the fact that I am 100% sure about the industry and about the vehicle. And that's why I made it my plan A. I don't have plan B, I don't have plan C, I have only plan A. Like even today, when people are telling me, listen, why don't you go to traditional business or things like this? I'm like, because I don't want to invest my time and my energy in something that is less powerful than what I do now today. So, but this came after 2 years. So for the people that will watch us, don't think that it was from the beginning. I was millionaire in 3 months. No, it was 2 years. I did it part-time. And I was not making a lot of money. It was just part-time business, but I was learning a lot of things. And after 2 years, I took the decision to make it my main plan, and to go all in this industry. So I think this is the most important thing, because all the other things, they don't really matter, you know, like the strategies or how do you develop things like this, because you will always adapt. If you took the decision to win and to go all in and to do it, then you will adapt, you will overcome all the obstacles and all these things. But I think that this is the thing that made me have success at my level in network marketing.
This is incredible. And how does your day-to-day life look like now? Because in the beginning, it's always a little bit chaos. You ask yourself all the time, so who can I talk to? What can I do to build my business faster? And so how did you create a routine, basically, what led to the result what you have now?
So this question is great, and I think that a lot of people will relate to what I will say, is the fact that I was never really how do you say when you program everything, organized.
Organized, planned.
See, I don't even remember the word. So I was never really an organized person. But when I took the decision to go professional in network marketing, I said, okay, I will do it. Even if I'm not an organized person, I will still do the actions. So for me, I never had a program or a schedule. Okay, from that hour to that hour, I will do prospecting, or for that hour to that hour, I will do social media. No, but I get the job done. So for example, in one day, maybe I will do just prospecting, or in another day, I will do just social media. And this is one thing that works for me. When I have my schedule, I'm not so inspired. Like, for example, if in my schedule, it's like, okay, now you do prospecting, and I don't feel like, maybe it would be better for me to do something else. So that's why I try to have a real schedule. It doesn't work for me, but because there are people who will not have a schedule and they will not do anything. But for me, I get the job done, because I know that I want to do it, and every day I do actions for my business. And I learn with time that there are periods when you will do more actions, and there are periods when you will do less actions. But if you feel good, if you feel excited, even if you do less actions, but with a high energy, with a high vibration and mindset, well, the results will be even greater than when you do a lot of actions. So this is how I do things. Sometimes I work, like in general, I work around 2 to 3 hours a day. So I don't work a lot. I don't feel like working, but then there are periods when maybe I do more calls or more Zooms, but never something crazy. I don't believe that you need to work a lot in order to have massive success. And even at the beginning, I was never working like 10 hours or a day or things like this. But again, my energy was really high, and I always work on my energy and how I feel.
This is super exciting. What you mentioned here is the energy. And this is what I realized as well. When I talk with someone, and for example, I try to sign someone up in the business, and my energy is not high, it's almost impossible to sign someone up in the business. It's crazy. And when you think before you're going to call, it's like my energy is way beyond average, and I'm super excited. And you put the extra effort with every word what you pronounce. Basically, it's incredible how you see even the excitement in the other people. So this is so cool. And do you have some tips how to increase the energy? Do you have some rituals for a call, what you do, or do you have a specific mind frame, or how do you do it?
So I will tell you about the bad periods, because when you feel great, it's easy to have a great energy. Most of the people, they will write their goals when the energy is super high, when they are excited after an event or after they do something, they will write their goals. For me, I have a book like this, but more big. And every time when I feel, when I'm not motivated, when I feel low, when I have a couple of days where I don't feel very good, I write again my goals. This is super important. And for me, really, it's the only thing that will really increase my energy. Like when I write my goals and my dream life and how I want to be 5 years from now and how I want to feel, not only to what I want to have, but really to feel how I want to feel in abundance, freedom, contribution, all these things. And what I will do exactly, I increase my energy. Like this is one tips that really works for me. And I really suggest everybody to do it when you feel low, because most of the time we forget and we think about only our present moment. And a lot of times, how do you translate in English? When you are too close to the tree, you don't see the forest. And this is exactly what's happening in our lives. Like you have a small problem and you make it so big because you are too close to the problem. So if you see things from perspective and you have the whole picture, you will get motivated. So this is the first thing. And then you can always change your energy with actions. So for example, I have a dog, a small dog. Whenever I feel not very good, I will play with my dog. I will go outside to have a walk. I will listen to music. And a lot of times, especially women, when you don't feel good, you listen to depressing music. It doesn't help. So I put in general, I put a Despacito or something, and I increase my energy. I jump. Not Anthony Robbins, he's always jumping before going on the stage. These are simple tricks, but they really work. And then I take action. Like I take action in the direction of my goals. This is super important, because if you just stay and focus on the fact that I want to feel better, but you don't do anything, you don't take action, you will not feel good. Because when we don't feel good, a lot of times is because we are frustrated of an action that we could have done, but we don't do it. So I will talk with people, I will prospect, I will post on social media, I will do something in order to increase even more my energy.
And when you say you decided to take action, what is the daily method of operation? What you do to grow your business? I mean, now it's different because now you have already that organization. But for someone who is not in that position where you're at the moment, what can they do? What are their actions? What they have to do? What lead to the result? What you have at the moment? What did you do basically 1.5 years ago or 2 years ago?
Yes. So I really believe that the actions are the same. Like I reached the top level in my company, and from one level to another one, it was always the same thing. It was always the fact that I have to talk with new people. I will follow up. I talk with new people, I follow up. And for me, when you want to reach a goal, it's like when you go in a war. You know, when a country is in war, they will not just send troops on the land. They will go on the land, they will go on the air, and they will go on water. They will attack from all the sides. So it's exactly the same with our dreams. I will attract people to me with my social media and YouTube and all these things, but I will always also take action. Because when I take action, when I go to talk with new people, I am in control. When I attract new people, I can be in control also, because the more I post, the more I will attract people. But still, I want to do it from all the points of view. So this is what I do. I talk with new people, I follow up.
What do you do to attract people on social media for your business?
I tell my message. Like it's so easy, and it's crazy the fact that a lot of people are developing their business, but their message is not clear enough. And even myself, I struggled with this, and I was like, why they don't understand what I do? Because you don't tell them. You know, like, be specific. Tell and I always like to say this to our team, is the fact that people cannot follow you if they don't know where you are going. So show the people where you are going. Okay, today I'm at 0. I just started a new activity, but I have a dream. And my dream is to do this and this and this, and to travel the world, and to be more at home with my children. If you want to do the same, send me a message. Let's work together. Let's close hands and build this business together. So I think that it's very important to be specific on social media and to be yourself, you know, because a lot of times we want to get inspired by other people, and we tend to think that we are not good enough. You are good enough. Like, just tell your story, because a lot of people will resonate with your simple story. Like, even if you stay at home, you are a stay-at-home mom, and you feel that you don't do crazy things, there are millions, billions of other women that will resonate with your message. So I think it's super important to have a clear message and be yourself, and show who you are and where you want to go.
Yes, and this is super important, because this is what I did as well. When I started, basically 5 years ago, I recorded a video. There was back in the days, there was IGTV was still a thing where you could record like longer videos. And I shared my story. I was like, this is what I'm doing right now, and I'm gonna build this business, and you see me either dead on the side or in the top of the mountain, but I don't come back. And you can follow the whole journey, and I will take you on this journey on Instagram. And so make sure you check it out. So that was basically, but the interesting part was, I shared it on social media, and at the same time, I committed myself, because I made it public. I was like, I don't be the guy who's quitting. I don't be the guy where people say, this guy recorded a video, but now 2 years later, he's not doing it anymore. So that kept me going. And this is so interesting. When you really keep going, you get to positions where some people, they just message you randomly, and they say, I follow you since 3 years. You never quit.
Yeah,
I want to get started. Boom. One phone call, new distributor. So, and in the beginning, it's so difficult, but you just have to never quit. And our business is basically based on three things: on getting customers, recruiting people, and leading them. And when you're good at recruiting people, that's basically one skill where you can accomplish a certain amount of income. But the real magic happens when you're very good at leading your team. So my question is, what do you do? For example, let's say if I would sign in your company, so how do we work together? So what do you tell me what I have to do to make my first commission?
I would tell you to plug into the system.
What's your system? Give me the
Yes.
system.
Yeah, no, but honestly, I try to coach at least at the beginning the least possible the people that I sign up. You know why? Because we build a system with the leaders from our team. We build a system that is really duplicable, and I think that the more I will talk with the person, the less he will be able to talk with his recruiters. With the people that he will sponsor, so I think that it's very important to have a strong system. And then every time my goal as when I sponsor somebody is to make sure that the person is understanding the system and all the trainings. So for example, I would ask you, okay, did you do the training about the product? Yes. Okay, do you have any questions about it? Did you understand the top 3 products that you want to work with? What are the benefits of those products? Did you understand the compensation plan and the first step? Only the first step. And you don't need to know how to make 10,000 euros a month. You need to know how to make the $100 in the first week. So I would ask you, okay, do you understand? Yes. Okay, let's do the first post. You send me the first post, I give you some tips. So very easy, so that it can be duplicatable. I think it's very important, because after 6 years in the industry, I can say a lot of things to new partners, but I don't think it's good for them. I will always support them, but my goal is to make it clear what they have to do after following the system.
So basically the system is, when someone signs up with you, they get a video course where they have like basically all the information, what's important for the first steps. So basically, what are the products, like basically a short overview, and they pick their top 3 products, and basically how to talk to the first people as well. Is basically everything structured, and can you see also the progress, basically how much they went already through the onboarding?
Well, you cannot see the progress, because we really build the system to teach people how to be entrepreneurs. And when you are a business owner, nobody will have to check how much you learn or how much sales you've made, etc. You are your own boss. So this is what we really want to teach to the people. And I think it's the most difficult thing, to make the transition from employee mindset to business owner mindset. But we do it, and it's our goal, to have as many people as possible winning from this point of view. So yes, you have only 3 steps. When you start, you have 3 steps. It's one global view of the business, and with the first goals that you need to have in the first month. And then the second one is product, how you sell the products, how you what are the benefits, and how to talk about the products, not like a salesman, but really from your heart, and really after your experience. And the third one is social media. And this is really the fundamentals of our business, how we train to start. And then we have other systems that are to become a professional. So for example, we will have guide with several videos for sales, another one for social media, and another one for building the team. So once a person ends her first month, he can go even further on one of those 3 specific things.
Okay, so basically they don't get access directly in the beginning to everything, so they have to like basically step by step.
Yes, it's step by step. I think it's better, because again, when you have too many informations, you don't take action. And I think that people learn better when they take action, even if they don't do it perfectly, because you never get it perfectly from the beginning.
And in network marketing, it's basically, it's an advantage and a disadvantage at the same time, because we can work 24 hours, 7 days a week, and we cannot do it. I mean, it's like we can do it all the time, but we shouldn't do it all the time, because we also have a private life somehow, right? So how do you balance it? That would be super interesting, because it's so tempting basically to stick all the time on the phone, because we just want to build it bigger, and there's basically no limit. You can just make as much money as you can imagine. So how do you balance it? What did you do? You have some strategies for that?
I think it's the best question, and we all have to figure out a way that is working for us. For example, for me, I really realized at some point in my life that I am addicted to my phone, and it was hard, to say yes, I am addicted to just scroll on Instagram, because it's not like you are on the phone 10 hours a day and you are working 10 hours a day. Like, it's impossible. I don't know anybody who's really focused for 10 hours and only prospecting. We just watch some other things that are not useful. So when I realized this, I really took the decision to do it on purpose. So every time when I take my phone, I'm like, okay, now I will answer the messages. Now I will take my phone to do some social media. Now I will take my phone to prospect new people. So it's really, I'm conscious about this. And I think that what I'm telling you now, it's the same for all the things that we want to change in our life. So the first thing is to be aware that you want to change it, to be aware that you want to do things differently, even with food, with sport, with conversation, with negative thoughts, with everything. Just be aware. And then for me, it was like this. Like, I really take my phone when I need to do something, when I want to do something. And for example, when I walk with my boyfriend or with my family, I don't take my phone, or I put it in my purse. I don't have it in my hand. And this is one thing that is very important for us to understand, is the fact that when you talk with somebody, you don't have your phone in your hand. Like, imagine we do the call now, and from time to time I'm looking to my phone. It's not normal. And a lot of us are doing this without even thinking about this. For me, I remember that once I saw a reel on Instagram, and it was with a guy who put his phone like this, with the face down. And the girl was saying, I will break up with him because it means that he's hiding something. For me, if I go out with anybody and I put my phone like this, it means a lot of respect. It means that I am there for the discussion, for the conversation. I don't want to be bothered by my phone. So I will put it like that, or in my purse.
So you are present in the moment.
Yes. I really try and focus a lot on this, because I think it's so important to really listen to the person.
Is your boyfriend in network marketing too?
No, not at all.
What is he doing?
He's an entrepreneur and an investor, but in traditional business.
Okay, cool, interesting.
Yeah.
And to sum it all up, how can people reach you when they want to know what the $15 million system is? So what is the best way to reach out to you?
Well, Instagram, Facebook, send me a letter. No, don't send me a letter. I'm joking.
Send me a carrier pigeon.
Yes, exactly. But I wanted to say something, because we talk a lot about social media, and of course that I build my business on social media. The thing is that I don't have a lot of followers on Instagram, and I reached the top level in my company. That means that I made at least $10,000 in 1 week. This is the condition to reach the top level, without any advertise. It doesn't mean that it's not good, like you can do advertise, you can do whatever you want, but without advertise, without nothing. It was just myself sharing my story, sharing my thoughts, trying to be better. I was talking in Romanian, then I was talking in French. Now it's been 6 months since I speak only in English. I took the decision to make it in English.
Awesome, that's cool.
Yeah, I struggle a lot because a lot of my followers don't speak English, but it's okay. I always adapt and I always try to improve. So that's what I wanted to say. The fact that a lot of people are searching for the system or the company or the thing to do. It depends, and I really think that you can do it in a simple way with a high energy and with good values and with a clear vision. I think that these are the most important, and this is what we teach in our system, in our trainings. It's really about leadership, about mindset, personal development, listening to others, communicating better. These are really the things that are the core value of our team.
This is super interesting because you mentioned something very exciting. You have around like 6,000 followers on Instagram, right? And
yes,
you make like $10,000 a week. So basically like 40K a month. There are people, they have millions of followers and make not even 20% of that what you make.
Yes.
Do you think it's a good idea to start the marketing when you are an influencer with 1 million of followers?
I think it's the best idea. Let me give you an example. It was crazy. Like I have a doctor from Romania, and he's very influential on social media. He has like 500,000 followers on Instagram, YouTube, and all the other platforms. And a lot of people are following him. Like he's very influential. And at the beginning, I said, okay, I really want to work with this guy. And the main thing in our business is that I follow up like crazy. Like if I want to do a team with you and I think that you can be good in our business, I will follow up like crazy. Like when you get married, I'm there with a message. When you move to another country, I'm there to follow up. Like I'm there.
I have a quick question. How do you follow up without being needy and annoying? Because it's a small line. It's a small line.
Yes, I think that the best way not to be annoying is not to believe that you are annoying. Like I'm never thinking that I'm annoying.
This is really good. Yeah.
I am funny. People love me. This is what I think, even if it's not always the case. What can happen? Like if I will send you a message and tell you, hey, how are you? How are things are going? And then we catch up, and then I tell you, listen, it's really crazy. Like we should work together. When do you start? But I think it depends on every person. The main thing is not for you to think that you are annoying. And you know why I don't think that? It's because when I joined network marketing, the girl who signed me up followed up me 6 months. Like it took me 6 months to understand this business. And it took me an event. Like I went to a European event with 5,000 people. You know how it is. And I didn't sign up in the business. I signed up after the event, and I went to Italy. Like it was not in my city or something, but she followed up with me. So I really understand that people have different timing. Maybe it's not her timing. And even now, before our call, I sent a voice message to a girl randomly. Like we didn't spoke for like maybe 2 weeks or something, and I sent her a message, and I was like, listen, I was thinking about you. And it's really crazy that we don't work together. Like, I would really like to work with you. You have an amazing energy. Let's have a call together. I just randomly sent her a message because I was thinking about her. I don't think it will be annoying.
No,
she will
absolutely not.
If I annoy her.
That's so cool. Awesome.
Yes, but a lot of times, people are like, oh, maybe I will annoy them. So they will send messages that are really
annoying.
Annoying, yes, and spam, like, hello, how are you? Listen, I don't know.
And then you read the message, and then you're like, what do you want now?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I'm like always happy to connect with people. That's all. If they like it, my business, it's okay. If they don't like it, it's fine also.
And this is the confidence what makes the difference. Because people who are needy, for example, they say, hey, how are you? Did you think about this already? Do you want to do it? It's like they're like, and then you're like, shut up, but when you have the confidence, what you mentioned before, it's like, hey, I really believe you would be amazing what we are doing, and we should definitely work together. So that comes from a completely different posture, what people feel attracted to, because people love confidence. And if I'm gonna spend my money somehow, I want to spend it to someone who is confident. So otherwise, I keep it for myself. Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. And at the and even now, that I have a lot of people that are not like friends or something, and they don't answer to my messages. Like, for example, 2 weeks ago, I was like, really, I wanted to recruit 10 people in 1 week. So I was like, okay, I will take massive action. I spoke with a lot of person, and a lot of them, like even people that I know, they stopped replying. And I was a bit you know, like it touch you a bit, like it affects, it can affect you, and it's normal. But the thing is that what you do after. It's like when you are a man and you want to have a girlfriend, and you go and you ask a woman if she wants to go on a dinner, and she say, no, look at you, you are ugly, I don't want to go out with you. Maybe you will lose your confidence a bit, but then you go and you talk with another one and with another one. And at some point, one woman will say, okay, let's go to dinner. And you start going out with her. Will you think at all the other 10 women that said no?
No,
you forgot
it's
about
just a numbers game.
Exactly. Like you forgot about them. You are at the dinner with a super beautiful woman. You don't think about all the others that say no. It's exactly the same in our business. When you will find a person that is motivated, that is driven, that wants to do business with you, you will not remember all the other 100 that said no. You don't care.
Exactly.
So you just have to keep going.
Yeah. So to sum it up, if you want a girlfriend, just talk to more girls. So if you simple
it's
language.
Always the same. Like contact, presentation, follow up. It's always the same. You want to get married, you have to follow up a couple of times.
And if you want to find more distributors, then you just do basically the same.
Exactly.
But you ask a few different questions, I would say.
Exactly. And what I wanted to say, because I was telling you about an influencer, so I told him, okay, let's do a partnership and just do some post about my product. And I gave him 2,000 euros. So I gave him 2,000 euros and I made around 3,000. And then I told him, look,
you gave him the 3,000 like in
sales,
in products.
Yes.
Okay.
Like I put my link, and people were buying, and I made 3,000 only from the sales after he talked about our products.
And you paid him basically 2,000 euros?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Oh, you paid him up front, and he was like, share my link in your stories.
Yes, exactly. Because you know, a lot of times influencers, they don't want to do it on partnership because they think that it's not good for them. And I was like, okay, look, it's been 1 month since we stopped the campaign, and I still have people ordering like the second time, and now you don't get anything. Like you had the 2,000 and you don't get anything. Like imagine if you join the business, people will join and they will order every month, because we have products for wellness, and people are ordering those products every month, and you will have an extra income every month. And now he joined the business. Like it's crazy. Out of nowhere, I talked with him. He said, okay, I will think about it. After 2 weeks, he sent me a message. He said, send me the link. I want to join and order again the products.
Cool. How big was his following, or is his following?
500,000, but they are really engaged. Like even if he's selling something not good.
But does he have a specific niche, or what is he speaking about? A doctor. The doctor. Okay.
Yes, he's a doctor, but like with natural healing and plants and natural solution, not a traditional doctor. He's really great. So that's what I wanted to say, that influencers would make way more money with network marketing than with collaboration. Like you can not even compare. And the residual income, it's king. Like you know that you can build it with network marketing.
That's cool. So if you're listening to the podcast and you have around 10,000 followers, this is the woman you must connect with. Shoot her a message, because she can definitely help you to make more money.
Yes, let's do it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. And it was a pleasure to talk to you.
Yes, thank you very much. Can't wait to meet you somewhere around the world, and keep inspiring people. I can't wait to see what you will do next.
Yes, let's